Welcome, guys, to another episode of Sports Cards Live, recorded, because this is not live. This is recorded, and this is the series that I've been doing of my eBay watch list ended items. What was I watching? Why was I watching them? What did I think of them? Did I bid? Anyway, let's get to the last week's items. We're going to hop right into it, everybody. Also, see below, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or X, and check out the new sportscardslive.com website. All right, let's get to the items that I was watching this past week on eBay. First up, we've got this Alexander Ovechkin 2022 Metal Universe Cachet Gold, numbered out of 50, serially numbered on the back out of 50, right there. This one, 23 out of 50. Hey, MJ's number. I think these cards are really cool. I picked up a McDavid not too long ago. Here you have it right here. These cards are really cool and shiny. This McDavid happens to be a PSA 9, and I think these cards are somewhat just overlooked for what they are. I mean, here, let's just change your spotlight over here quick. So, I mean, they're really nice. They've got some embossment going on, serially numbered on the back. Anyway, I was watching the Ovechkin because I thought, you know what? Maybe I will go for the McDavid Ovechkin Crosby trio, but I did not win this one. It sells for a measly $36. I think that's too low. Maybe I'll grab the next one. All right, I was watching this Ed Belfour limited logos from 2012 Cup. Why? Because first of all, I think this is my favorite year of limited logos as per the design, and a great Eddie Belfour card, great patch, great auto. It actually sells for this $290 US, $395 Canadian. I was watching it mostly out of curiosity. Maybe I would have added it, but I did not. I did not pick that up. And then I watched this pair of enshrinement autos, the Mario Lemieux and the Pavel Bure, both offered by Slab Sharks last week. And the Lemieux sells for $321, the Bure for $333. These are Canadian dollars. And I was watching them because I wanted to see what they would sell for. They are beautiful cards. Lemieux does $320 Canadian, $235 US, and the Bure does $333 Canadian, about $244 US. Again, I was curious. I think they're beautiful. This year's of enshrinements are just among the nicest ever. I watch most of these guys. 1990 Pro Set Stanley Cup hologram, numbered out of 5,000 on the back. This is a raw copy, and I'm actually pretty surprised how high it's sold for, considering it is raw. It's well centered, but it's going to have surface issues. I'm guessing this will grade about a 5, and it still sells for kind of what those graded copies sell for, about $864 US, 1,180 Canadian. Nice to see this card still getting a ton of respect. And this one was also offered by Slab Sharks. Now, this next group, guys, of dual scripted sticks from the Cup, all offered also by Slab Sharks. I was watching them because I was thinking maybe I'll make a play at them. I didn't end up making any plays at these. There's one in particular that I had my eye on, but I had to watch this one as well, the Bure Ovechkin duel out of 15 from 2012. Nice pieces of stick. One thing I'm going to point out at the end of, actually stick around to the end of these 4 cards. I'll tell you what I want to point out, but this is a great card here. Sells for 2,026 Canadian, 1,483 US. Next up is this one. This is the one that I really had my eye on, the Patrick Waugh, Wayne Gretzky duel out of 15. I mean, you've got the best goalie of all time, basically, and the best skater of all time in Wayne Gretzky here on one card. This one, and I'll come back to it. This one sells for $29.55 Canadian, about $21.63 USD. A beautiful card, only 15 produced, and just great. And then this one here, Jean Beliveau and Guy Lafleur. I mean, the 2 best Habs of all time. I mean, of course, you've got Maurice Richard as well, and others, I know, but this is just a wonderful card. Sells for $1,300 Canadian, $9.54 US. And I was toying with the idea of grabbing it. And the final one of these, the final dual scripted sticks, my favorite, Teemu Selanne and Dale Howardchuk. I was watching this because I've got a couple copies of this card. I've sold a couple. I think I had 4 or 5 of these at one time. I was hoarding them back in the day, and I was just keeping up to see what this one would sell for. This was not my card. It does sell for $761 Canadian, $557 USD. Great card, the 2 best Jets of all time, and a card that is very warm, near and dear to me. But the thing about these 4 cards, guys, is that they all feature pieces of the stick that is the exterior of the stick, not the interior pulp that you can see with splinters coming off everywhere that Upper Deck's been using for the past several years. Those to me are just not worthy of my collection. But when you see a scripted sticks like this with the outside of the stick that's autographed versus the inside all splintery, that's garbage, man. This is where it's at. I love these cards, all four of them. And maybe one day if things were different, I'd have picked up all three, or even, well, I don't need this one. I already have it, but I would have picked up all three of these right here, especially that one. That's look at those pieces. Just beautiful. All right, let's keep on rolling, guys. I was looking at this one, Connor McDavid Exquisite Auto Patch, numbered out of 10, BGS 9, nice 3-color swatch. And I just love these low-numbered Exquisite Auto patches. Nice piece of patch right there. This isn't used in an official NHL game. The memorabilia is. I mean, just a great card. I did not buy it. Sells for $1,381 USD, and just a great card. And I think that is a great price for the buyer. Next up was this. Again, a card I was watching. It's an Emblems of Endorsement from 2021, the Cup. This one features John LeClair. Now, it's out of 15 on card auto. I do think this top piece is a 3-color patch. I think that's maroon up there to match his jersey from the All-Star game. There's not a lot of John LeClair stuff out there. I mean, he was part of that line with Eric Lindros and Michael Renberg. That was, one of the greatest lines of all time. So just a cool card. And again, you don't see a lot of John LeClair out there. So I was watching it just to see what it would do. Sells for $202 USD. And I think that's actually a pretty good price. Healthy for that card. So nicely done by the seller. Next up, Teemu Selanne Lamplighters from the Cup. Again, watching it to see what it would sell for. I do collect Teemu Selanne, but this is not a card that I like actually for myself. I love that he's in the Jets uniform. He's wearing number 13, no letter on his jersey. So that tells me the picture is likely from his very first year, his rookie year. That's pretty cool. He did light the lamp 76 times that year. So the card, him being featured on this card, is appropriate. I love his auto. The card, I don't love it. And, to get into my Selanne collection now, the card has to be very special. And this one didn't cut the mustard, but I was just curious to see what it would do. 405 Canadian, 296 USD. As you can tell, I watch a lot of cards that I don't bid on, but I'm curious, including this one here. Second year of the Cup, Sidney Crosby, base gold parallel out of 25. I think this is a significant card. It does sell for 443 Canadian, 325 USD. And I think it's significant because it's his first base card in the Cup, the gold parallel thereof. I mean, the year before he has the RPA and the parallels of that, but they're not really base, they're RPAs. So to me, this card is pretty cool and significant. Not sure how it would grade. These 06 Cup cards are often damaged. I just know from firsthand experience, but I'm sure this one was great, offered by Slab Sharks. And I shouldn't say I'm sure it was great. I didn't look closely, but if I do, usually the corners don't, have some rounding, some damage on them. This one looks actually pretty good. I'm not going to grade it 10, but still a nice card. And I want to see what it would do. So now I know this card does about 443 Canadian or 325 USD. Here's another one. This was a buy it now for $149, and someone hit the buy it now and grabbed it for $149. This is a 2023 Artifacts, but it's a retro Crosby card to his rookie from that year, from 0506, his 0506 rookie. I have Crosby's Artifacts rookie. It was numbered at a 750, and I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll grab this one and pair it up with the actual rookie card. Mine is graded a PSA 10. My actual rookie, this was graded a 10. I thought they looked cool together, but before I could do anything, someone else snapped it up and bought it for $149. And I think they made a good purchase there. Now, this is cool, guys. This is a 2023 Upper Deck game dated Moments. I think it's a made-to-order card. I don't think this is pack-pulled. But what I like about this card is it features both Connor Bedard and Connor McDavid. And it features them taking a face-off for the very first time. So I like that it is game dated. That's super cool. The other thing I like about it is that it's a bit of the passing of the torch, so to speak. McDavid's still, in his prime, but it's pretty cool. Now, it reminded me of this card that I own, and I'm going to spotlight myself here. This guy right here. This is from 2018 Upper Deck Canvas, and it's got McDavid and Crosby. And I just think this is such a cool card. Both of those guys there. This is McDavid's card with the Crosby cameo. So I was just thinking, like, you know what? I have this. Maybe now getting the next kind of passing of the torch. The McDavid Bedard card to pair with this would be really cool. There's 1,199 of them. I didn't buy it. I think I might get one eventually. However, the ideal situation for me would be if Upper Deck did a card like this of McDavid and Bedard. That would be even better if it was like a canvas. That would be the best, and I would certainly want to pair that one up if I could. All right, guys. Next up, a couple of Jarome Iginla cards coming up next. You know, I'm a Flames fan. Iginla gave us a lot of reasons to be happy here in Calgary over the years. Never did win the Stanley Cup, but Jarome Iginla is a Canadian hero. He's a hero here in Calgary, and his son is going to be in the draft this year. I'm hoping the Flames draft him. His son's name is Tij, T-I-J. I'm not sure. You know, nothing against him or his background, but that's somewhat of an awkward name. In any event, we're going to respect that Tij Iginla is the son, but this is Jarome's 2021 Cup base variation auto patch out of 8. Nice 4-color patch, great auto. Sells for $318 Canadian, $233 US. I was interested in it. I didn't buy it, but I thought it was a really nice card. And I wanted to see what it would sell for. Now, this one here, I actually have a copy of, and I wanted to see what it would do because I have a copy of it. I bought it at the Edmonton Expo. This one sells for $235 Canadian, $172 US. I think I paid $200 for mine. So did all right, actually. Probably paid about what's, you know, basically what is fair. And this one does $235. Cool cards. These inked insignias, you know, these with these manufactured patches, I really like them. They look great. They're not meant to be game used. They're manufactured. I think they're really cool. I have the Teemu Selanne in my personal collection. That card made it into my PC, and I have the Iginla as well. Next up is this card. So we saw this last week, guys. Wasn't sure what was going on with it. The guy relisted it for $2,000 OBO, and then I think he just ended it. Looks like he ended it because there was an error in the listing. Well, that's just a way to end an item, as we know, but he has since relisted. It is active right now. Here it is, guys. 13 bids. It is at $91 US as we sit right now. It ends in just over a week from right now. So I'm not sure if we'll have this finished one in next week version of this video or the week after. We'll have to see what time I do the video, but keep your eye on this. I think it's a great card. I own a copy of it still. I have a BGS 9.5, and this is an 8.5, you know, basically the same thing. Like, you know, grading so subjective and inconsistent anyway. So this is a great card. I'm going to be watching it throughout its duration here. All right, next up, Matthew Tkachuk tribute RPA. So I love tributes. I've got about 15 tributes in my collection now, and I was watching this one out of curiosity. I wasn't looking to purchase it. I just want to see what it would sell for. And the reason why I wasn't interested in it is because, to me, Cup tribute RPAs, I only want them if the player featured didn't have an actual Cup RPA. Tkachuk has an actual Cup RPA from 2016. So I have no interest in adding this card to my collection. Now, I might change my mind down the road. You never know. But for now, that's a line that I've drawn to just reduce the checklist, my personal checklist of these. But cool card. Wins the Stanley Cup last night. Congratulations to him and his family, and of course, all the Florida Panthers and their head coach, Paul Maurice. Very happy. And I loved what Matthew Tkachuk said last night. He said, "What? Come on, my Calgary Flames fans. Did you think I was going to let the Oilers win?" I'm like, I love that, Tkachuk. I would have been happy if the Oilers won too, but I'm happy for Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, of course, the coach, Paul Maurice, and also Mitch Grotman, a big Florida Panthers fan. All right, it sells for $400 Canadian, $293 USD, and not bad for a Tkachuk tribute. Here's another one I watched out of curiosity. This one offered by Slab Sharks, Connor McDavid, 2019 Cup RPA tribute to 2016. So another case where, like, I like that Upper Deck gave McDavid a tribute for basically every year of the Cup. I have one of them, not this year. I have a different year in my collection, but this one, it's a really nice card. I was watching it out of curiosity. People like to ask $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for these, but here we go. A real auction showing, I think, what its value is today. Sells for $2,650 Canadian, 1940 USD. Beautiful 3-color patch. Connor McDavid game used. Similar situation here, guys. Another tribute of a player who actually has a Cup RPA. Evgeny Malkin, his is from 2006, the second-year Cup, but this is a 2018 Cup RPA tribute. I think that's the 2012 design. I'm not exactly sure. Numbered out of 10. You know, it's pretty cool. Malkin's overshadowed by Crosby, has been his whole career, but a great player in his own right. And I think he was drafted second, only behind Alex Ovechkin in his draft year. Pretty cool card here. Offered by Savage Cards out of Quebec, sells for 333 Canadian, 244 USD. Nice card, but you know, 333 like that's chump change for a card like this. I think it's still a great Evgeny Malkin auto patch out of 10. Now we have a Ultimate Collection jumbo patch, Elias Pettersson. Guys, this card is out of Upper Deck Ultimate. It's got a game used big piece, jumbo piece of patch, nice 3-color with stitching, only 3 produced. This card sells for 76 USD. That's it. 5 bids. And I thought, I was watching it again. I'm interested in these jumbo patches. I like jumbo patch cards, and I want to see what it would sell for just to start to get a feel for them, because I don't own any of these at this point in time. And but we'll see. I'm going to keep my eyes on them. You guys will be along for that ride. And this one does sell for $76. Here's one that I was considering purchasing. I didn't end up buying it, kind of regretting not putting in a bid on this of around $200 or so, because it's a 2021 Upper Deck Fleer Ultra medallions, the Sapphire out of 25. Only 25 copies of these Sapphire medallions were produced. And this one does a measly $166.50 for Connor McDavid. Yeah, it's a PSA 9, but I mean, many PSA 10s used to be PSA 9s at one point. So what's the difference? This could be a PSA 10 on another day of the week if you send it in and get the right grader. And I just think it's great. I'm gonna keep on watching these. I think these medallions are, you know, this was an EPAC exclusive product, so they're not really on the radar of people who go into card shops and that sort of thing. You really have to get it from EPAC or ComC. And I think in the long run, that might help these things. We'll see. But anyway, does 166.50 USD. I did not buy it, and I kind of regret that. Next up are 2 cards that I was watching because I think they're awesome cards, and the seller has his cards on eBay. They're usually priced a bit more than what I think they're worth, but he will deal with you if you are polite and respectful. And I was watching these because I love both of them. First up, Crosby Ice Threads. This is an RPA for all intents and purposes, numbered out of 15, BGS 9.5. He ended the listing. That tells me that he sold the card privately, and whoever got it got themselves a great card. Look at that auto. Just gorgeous, and a nice piece of patch right there as well. Only 15 copies made from Crosby's rookie year. And then the second one I was watching from the same seller is this Patrick Waugh Foundations from 2014. I've got a couple of options. I think they are so nice. I just love the design, the space for the autograph in the middle. You got nice head and shoulder shot of the player above him, 4 nice patch windows with hollow foil around them. We don't know what it sold for. He ended it without it selling, but tells me that it is now sold, and it was on my watch list, so I likely won't be able to get it anymore. All right, this is crazy, guys. This is a reproduction of a dual exquisite number pieces of Michael Jordan and LeBron James. So these are not real autos. That is not real patch. This is just a picture. It's a scan that somebody turned into a card. Some grading company called GMA agreed to slab it as a facsimile reprint, which I think just completely undermines their credibility as a complete junk slab. I don't know anything about GMA. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. I have no idea what they are. So, but they're a junk slab, is my opinion at this point. The card gets 11 bids and sells for $22.22. I don't know if this got paid for, but it was relisted and it's currently active here. So, you know, let's see, the serial number ends in 5833. Is it the same card? It's the same card. So nobody paid the $22.22. Let's look at the bids, and you can see, yeah, there's shilling going on. So this guy's got many scams. I mean, I'm assuming these are shills with 0 bids. Who else is going to bid on this fake card? Yeah, but who's 1617? 1617 feedback. Either they don't read descriptions, or they're in on it, or they just have money to burn. I don't know what it is there, but in any event, it seems like it wasn't paid, and it's now been relisted here, and it's still got 17 bids, and it's up to $140.50. Guys, I would say that's about $139.50 too much for this card. It's a fake, but maybe someone has a use for it. I don't know. I think it's bad. I think it's bad, and I don't approve of it. All right. I was also watching this. Why? Because I have a copy of the card, of the exact card. There's only 10 of these produced. I bought this card at the Expo a few years ago, and I just was following this one here to see how it would sell compared to what I paid for this. Well, this one sells for $535 Canadian or $391 USD on 38 bids. Great card. And then I looked up to see what I bought mine for, and I paid I think I paid about $1,100 for mine. So a lot more. But if you look at mine compared to this one, the one that I have, it's a much nicer patch, but is it double the price nicer? Probably not. Maybe $100 or $200 worth more. So in any event, if I were to sell this, probably lose some money, but it's not for sale. And I absolutely love this card and do plan to keep it. And I got to interview Peter Forsberg not too long ago, and that was awesome. So we're gonna keep it, but just wanted to see that one. All right, guys. Next up, this was offered by MC Sports Cards. Connor Bedard exclusives, young gun out of 100 PSA 8, sells for $4,018 USD. Just watching it out of curiosity, and of course, I cover their monthly showcase. We did a show last night; it was awesome. They did over $500,000 in sales last night. It was absolutely crazy. But just was watching this out of curiosity, keeping tabs on the Bedard activity. I'm not sure what the recent comps were on this, how this fared, but it's a PSA 8 and it does $4,018. All right, guys. I was also watching this card here on ComC. This is a BGS 8.5 Pascal Siakam National Treasures RPA. This was my card, guys. This is the card that I think I lost more money on than any card I've ever sold before. I'm going to show you what I paid for it in a moment. But this card I sold through ComC for $711 US. And I'm not going to net $711. I'm going to net less than that because I got to pay eBay and ComC fees. Now, $711 US. Here's what I paid. Get ready. Drum roll, please. I paid $3,827 Canadian for this card on August 28th, 2020. And you do the math, it's about $2,900 to $3,000 USD on that date that I paid. So I lost well over $2,000 US on this purchase and sale. I bought it when the Raptors were doing well. Siakam was having a great run. And I thought, we see NTRPAs doing $25,000, $35,000 for other players. Maybe he can reach that. And he was like my favorite Raptor at the time. Well, the Raptors kind of went into the tank. He gets traded, and they don't do it. Now he's good on his new team, but he's only $711 good. So big loss for me on that card. And but you win some, you lose some. You can't win them all, and that's just the way the hobby works. So I wanted to share all those with you guys. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to share are some cards that for whatever reason, eBay doesn't let me get to their original listing page that I was also watching. So this one here, Connor McDavid, limited logos out of 10 in PSA 9 sells for $4,050. Amazing card. Just a beautiful 2019 limited logos. We had a 2021 Cup patch variation of Kirill Kaprizov. I have a copy, was watching to see what this one would sell for. It does $76 US. I got my copy from GP, and I think he gave me a deal. I paid less than that. I was watching the Quentin Byfield Outburst Gold, 1 of 1, sells for $255 US. This LeBron James Ultimate Premium Patch sells for $2,000. I just love premium patches, also by MC. We covered it last night. Same thing with this Kobe Bryant patch card, sells for $3,816. I just love these ultimate jumbo patches. And we had 2 Skybox Metal Universe PMGs last night. Also, one is Tony Gwynn, one is Canseco. We covered like 69 cards last night. I had about 5 of them on my personal watch list, these ones as well, 5 or 6 or 7 or so. And here we have the Canseco does $57.24 US, and the Tony Gwynn does $7,252 US. These are awesome cards numbered out of 50. I can't open the original listing. eBay won't let me, but those were 2 of them right there as well. So guys, there you have it. Those are the cards that I was watching on my watch list that ended last week. Over the last 7 days, we'll do another episode next Tuesday, a week from today. That's the plan, to release these every Tuesday, guys. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on X. Check out the sportscardslive.com website, and also check out the new podcast, Vintage Spotlight, with its own YouTube channel and podcast. It's a spinoff from Saturday night's SCL episodes with Leighton Sheldon for the Vintage Spotlight segment. Guys, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed this one. I like doing these. Thanks for all the feedback and comments. Let me know what you think down below about the cards I'm watching. Let me know what you think about the loss I took on the Siakam and anything else you'd like to mention, guys. Have a great rest of your week.